that if you tell a lie, we will hang it. I think it is visible. Make this string this. Hi friends, I get a huge response from you all. I gave some videos on making school projects and I gave two puzzles. One of the puzzles I uploaded yesterday and one I uploaded 3 days back. The solution of that puzzle which was uploaded 3 days back is already been in my channel. If you want to see, you can see that one. Those were very interesting. But in this new video, what I am going to do, I'll do two different things. One, I'll ask you a very interesting question, a very logical question, and that logical question requires a careful selection of words, language. And another one, I'll show you how to make an ellipse. So this is the geometrical construction, and this particular construction requires a particular technique to make ellipse, and that particular technique is required to make ellipse because that is the characteristic of this particular figure known as ellipse. What is an ellipse? So as you have learned that every planet moves around the sun. Now basically, if I say the complete language, it will be something like that. And every planet moves around the sun in an elliptical manner, taking sun at one of its foci. So what is this elliptical shape? This elliptical shape, that's what I am going to discuss today. This is ellipse. Now in this particular shape, it has a particular characteristic. Because of that, that shape becomes oval. So it's wrong to say that it will be an oval shape. That will be an ellipse. Now every planet moves around the sun in an elliptical way, that means in an ellipse, taking sun at one of its foci. Now the question arises, what is foci? So when I'll show you the construction of this ellipse, I'll show you which one are called as foci. Foci is the plural form of focus. So there are two foci. Now I'll show you the construction as well as I'll ask you a very interesting puzzle. The puzzle is, a king told his prisoner that if you tell a lie, we will hang you, and if you tell the truth, we'll shoot you. Now after some time, the prisoner was free. The prisoner was free. Now my question is, what did the prisoner told to the king so that he escaped from dying? That's my question. And we'll start the construction of ellipse. I'm going to show you the way of making an ellipse. Now, making a circle, making a triangle, we have a geometrical construction, we have a procedure. But for making an ellipse, the procedure is a very different. And why it is different? It is because of one of its property. The characteristic of ellipse we'll discuss after making the ellipse. I'll show you what are the requirements. To make an ellipse, you require a piece of chart paper, a thread, I think, is it visible? A thread of any length, and two paper clips. Two paper clips. If paper clips are not available, you can take two different nails of same size. Tie this thread to these two paper clips and just press it on this chart paper and make sure that this thread is not fully stretched. it should be loose. So just take one distance. Okay. So there is no such particular formula. So after taking this chart paper, you put these two nails of paper clip on this chart paper. You press it so that it doesn't move, and just tie a string. Okay, if you find it difficult to press it, because it will not be, these two nails will not be kept steady on a chart paper only, because there is a wooden board, so that's why it is fixed here. In case you are making project, then what you can do, you can take a cardboard, a thicker cardboard inside this chart paper, and then you put these two pins and make it fixed so that it doesn't move. And after that, these 2 points where these two clips are kept, there you write F1 and F2. These are the 2 points. I'll tell you what about these 2 points, what are their importance. But first you write F1 and F2. And after that, you take a sketch pen, whatever you like, put it here and tighten up this string. You push it until the string gets tightened, and you rotate. Okay, you rotate. Now if you rotate it, you will see there will be a figure like this. If you rotate like this, I made it before, rotate like this from this end to this end, you will see that there will be a curve like figure to the lower part. Now what about the upper part? Same procedure will apply. We'll take this string like this, we'll push it to the farmost, I think it is visible. Make this string, these 2 parts of the string tight, and then rotating. And the same manner this side also. Now this figure is called ellipse. Now you can see this whitener mark here. Actually once my sketch pen got slipped, so that's why there was a mistake. Otherwise, if you make or I'll give you one more idea. You can do one thing. You can put a small ring on this string, then it will be easy to hold that pen. Okay, and you can rotate like this. Now I'll give a screenshot of or a picture of this particular shape from the above. So that will be the complete ellipse. Now what is the importance of these 2 pins? They are known as focus of the ellipse. They are known as focus of the ellipse. Do you know every planet moves around the sun in elliptical path, taking sun at one of its foci? So what does it mean? That means this one is your sun. So in this manner, the planet moves around the sun in this shape. This is the exact shape. You cannot make this shape without using this string, otherwise that will not be the correct one. Yeah, obviously the rough figure we can make, but the correct figure can be made only by this simple procedure. So this is known as ellipse, and this is the way how we can draw the exact ellipse. Now the question, how this ellipse can be made with the help of this string. The main characteristic of an ellipse is that if you take any point on this figure, anywhere, you take any point, and from there you measure distance to both the focus, both the pins, and you add it up. So if you add these 2 points, so this point to this pin, if you take any other point, say if you are adding these two, if you are getting 10 units, take another point and from here measure distance to both the pins, add it, you will again get 10. Take any other point, whether it is below or above, take any other point, and if you add it, you find the distance from these 2 points, and if you add, you will get the same. So the example which I gave you was 10, it may be 11, it may be 9, it may be something else. So don't go with the figure 10. The main basic concept of ellipse, or the basic characteristic of ellipse, is whatever point you take on this figure, on this ellipse, and you find the distance from these 2 pin or these 2 focus from that point, and you add it up, you will get the same sum if you take any other point and finding distance from these 2 pins, whether it is below, above, side, anywhere. So this is how an ellipse can be made. So this is a simple video, a simple way by which we can make an ellipse. If for school level student, you can give this project in your exhibitions. You can show it to your teachers, your friends. So this is the correct way to make an ellipse.